Talk to the mic.
Hi.
All right.
So it's on?
Yeah, it's on. So what's going on, man?
All is well.
All is well.
Happy Black History Month.
Facts.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
I'm doing what I
we
did
didn't
last
introduce
year
you yet,
again.
so you gotta wait.
Fine.
It's happy Black History Month.
I appreciate it, man. I'm doing the same thing I did last year. Every day I post.
Okay, you've been posting like 2 a day though.
Nah, I just
multiple.
posted 2 a day because I missed the day prior, so I had to make up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do like male, female, so on and so forth. I don't want to be.
Is it the same people from last year,
Nah,
or is different?
New people, yeah. And
Okay.
this time I'm writing. Well, last year I wrote something before. I mean, last year I wrote certain
the backstory, facts about them,
accomplish and shit. But this year it's same thing, but I'm more structured.
Okay.
Yeah.
But welcome back, Gabae.
Thank you guys for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We got a lot of shit to talk about. It's a lot of shit happening in the culture right now.
Yeah.
A lot of different avenues. What we gonna dive into first?
Well, being that it was what was it? Weekend? What weekend was it? Super Bowl weekend. I'm bugging.
Oh,
I didn't watch that shit.
I don't watch
know
it
about
either.
you. Like,
I don't watch
I don't
any
watch
of the pre-shows.
I don't
watch sports.
I don't watch
indulge in
any
that shit.
parties. Nope, don't watch it.
Yeah, being that it was Super Bowl weekend, like there was an incident with Bowwow and his girl, Naomi. How do you?
Oh, they were still dating. I thought they broke up.
I thought they broke up too, but apparently they was, and they got into something at Shaq's party Friday night, where they ended up, we ended up seeing mugshot surface,
Right.
where he had scratch marks on his face,
And she looked pretty.
Yeah, she
Fine.
came out.
But see, this is the funny thing about that.
The champion.
Is that he's getting clowned online for his mugshot. Niggas saying he got fucked up.
He
Niggas
did.
making jokes, right?
Yeah.
But let it have be the other way around.
Exactly.
Let it have
Double-edged
it be
sword.
a Chris Brown situation.
Yeah.
Where he got hit and then he hit back
Right.
multiple times.
Yeah.
Good.
You don't win.
You don't win. You got killed
Did
for
you
that.
see the pictures, Gabae?
I didn't see the pictures.
I'm gonna show you.
I didn't.
He
I'm
didn't
gonna show
look
you.
that bad. He
didn't look
3
bad,
scratches.
but it looked like them shits hurt though.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's wrong that he's being clowned because of what you just said, and I feel like women have it. Oh my God, that's pretty bad.
You see?
I know. I feel like women have a tendency to feel like they're valid for hitting men, even in a case where you're mad. Like I understand the situation where you could be with your boyfriend and things could be said and people can be mad, but when you take that leap to hit somebody, you gotta know what can happen. And when we're seeing somebody like Bow, like wow, he got really hurt. I could see that. It's pretty bad. And if she came out clean and people would clown him, that's whack. Because it just goes to show that we as women also don't respect men in that way, and we ask for that respect. And I feel like it should be a mutual thing. And I'm probably gonna get some kind of some negative feedback from that.
Them.
But it's true. Like I have a son, and I think about that. I would never want nobody to put their hands on my son.
Exactly, and him doing nothing.
Yeah, and if that was my son,
yeah,
and he's getting
you would have watched her for him.
Man, listen.
Yo, so I'm reading, right? Cause
you didn't know the backstory.
I know the backstory. I just know that they was
Apparently
at Shaq's party or whatever.
It's Shaq. They saying.
I was about to say that.
Shaq.
She was on Shaq.
Yeah.
And wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And she's calling him a bitch ass nigga and all this other shit.
Because he was being sensitive and basically addressing her. Because they got into it when they got back at their apartment. And he was addressing yo, why? Which is understandable. I agree with him. Why you want another nigga?
Came with me.
See, with me, I would have just left you at the party.
Facts.
That's a fact.
No, I'm so fucking serious. I would have just left you at the party. You want to be on the nigga dick? By all means, don't let me interrupt you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Some dudes be in love a little too much.
Yeah, I don't want to be in that kind of love.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
But she came out with nothing. So.
Yeah, I didn't show you brothers, but they
As
both
far
got
as
arrested on the battery
authorities,
charges.
Yeah.
Both of them.
They got released on $8,000 bond.
Right.
But, I don't don't know if she accused. Well, she told authorities that he escalated it, started being verbally abusive, and
that doesn't mean you can hit somebody though.
You can tell them
exactly.
to leave.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But according to him, he said she was the one that put her hands on me first. I don't know if by first means like he eventually. I would say he restrained her probably.
Probably because she's not.
Because battery is just like it's basically
just putting your hands on somebody.
Putting your hands on somebody, and no bruises and stuff like minimal,
right.
Physical harm.
This is the hypocrisy of everybody, son. Niggas getting clowned for getting attacked and getting beat up by their girl, right?
And getting clowned for beating up their girl.
Right. So what fucking side of the fence are y'all on?
Yeah.
Are y'all on domestic? Like, are y'all on no domestic violence?
Right.
Like, because everybody was domestic violence advocate when it happened to Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm.
When nobody knew the full story, everybody was they just saw the pictures of Rihanna and it looked bad. And they killed Chris Brown. He's still getting killed over that shit. It's been, 10 years
That's
now?
true.
More than 10 years.
Yeah.
And then when the real story came out.
It's a documentary.
And then even when she spoke about it, because there was a time where I forgot who she spoke to. She had an interview.
I think it was Oprah.
And she spoke about it, and it's like she kind of in
tell
a way
she
didn't tell the whole story, but she in a way that's why she had that love for him, because I'm pretty sure obviously they spent so much time together, but if the story is what I know, which is that they was in a car and then I guess she was biting him while he's driving.
She bit him?
She bit him and she grabbed his nuts.
She grabbed his nuts while he was
I
driving.
didn't hear that.
While he was driving.
You seen his documentary?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah. He told the whole story.
She bit him and squeezed his nuts?
Yeah, so that's what,
So what? He was messing around or something?
She said that a girl that he used to talk to came to the party and she thought that he knew about it and she got upset and then they left and they was arguing and she threw his phone out the car and it was just mad shit. I'm not saying he was justified in doing that, but it's more to the story than just they had to an argument and he beat her the fuck up.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm driving and I am grabbed by my nuts and bit, I'm socking your shit.
Yeah, I was just about
if I was a dude, I'm socking your shit, whoever you are.
Right.
I was just about to say,
like, sensitive
dear women,
area.
like, yo, our balls is very, very, very sensitive. Yes. And I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not justifying his actions. I'm not justifying no man beating up a woman. But I'm saying, if a man gets grabbed by his nuts, his natural reflex is to get whoever is grabbing his nuts off. Right. Even if it's a girlfriend. That shit is very sensitive.
Yeah. Even if it's a baby, I'm swiping like it might hurt the baby wrist. It might. Yes. I'm swiping it to get off my nuts. Yeah. Like anything.
Like, can you imagine somebody being so angry that they're like on you? Like no.
You ever like? I'm just happening to you, but like sometimes like it'll like get snug between my boxers and my pants, and when I get up, it kind of snap. I'm like, whoa, that shit hurts, bro. That shit hurts. So it's I know, yeah.
Oh my god.
But
I'm laughing because I did it by accident once. Like I heard somebody and it was really bad. It was my son's dad, and like you know how you want to scare a guy, like you just want to make him think he's gonna do it. So he was like, what, like you see how your wall is, like I was like behind it, and I was like gonna act like I was gonna sneak him, but I really snuck him, and he collapsed. No, like. He collapsed and then he crawled to the bathroom and threw up. Like I never meant to hit him that hard. And after that day, I feel like I apologized for a week and it wasn't enough.
You lucky he didn't Rihanna.
That's what I thought.
Facts.
But it really, and I think it was because God knew it wasn't really my
intention. He jumped to the floor. He jumped to the floor.
And that's just to show you how sensitive it is.
No, and I really, after that, I was like, I saw him throw up and I was like, yo, it must, oh my God.
That's fucking nuts.
He probably cursed through the fuck out of his
No, he didn't. He's such a docile person. He didn't. He was just like, just don't talk to me, please. And I was like, it makes sense.
Yeah, I'd have been mad tight. But
what else we got, bro?
Moving on, let's jump into fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine. What's your thoughts on him? First, he pleads guilty to 9 counts of racketeering, conspiracy, firearm offenses, and narcotic trafficking. Also, he's allegedly cooperating with the feds against the 9 Trey Bloods, which is his old crew.
Set.
Yeah. What's your thoughts before
I told you I think it's a little funny. I think it's so funny because
what's funny about it?
Because essentially his whole persona and his music is revolving around all this stuff and like these values that you share as a gang. But I mean, he betrayed all of them. With
Did he betray them or did they betray him?
I see what you mean.
Because I'm telling you right now, sorry to cut you off. Not sorry to cut you off. Niggas is like, and I get it, but I said this on a past episode. I said he was not really into this gang shit before he met these guys. He met these guys within like this short period of time in the most recent years. He didn't know these guys before this. So I don't really hold him to like these gangster standards. And
I do.
These niggas stole millions of dollars from him, right? And they tried to kill him towards the end of the whole run. I'm snitching on y'all.
You're right.
I'm snitching on y'all.
Well, we don't know if it's all of them that tried to kill him. That conspired to kill him.
I mean, I don't know how many guys is it, but that was the thing. Like, Shotty was trying to meet him at a restaurant. I think it was in LA, and they shot outside the restaurant, and they was actively trying to get him. And then even one of the guys in his camp he conspired to kidnap him. So it's been going on. Plus, they was stealing show money from him, and doing a whole lot of shit. So I'm snitching on y'all.
Yeah.
47 years minimum, max life.
That's pretty much
against. Right.
Just tell me.
Against the niggas that did all this shit. I'm snitching on y'all.
I mean, I would have snitched too, but like I said before, that's why I'm not about this life. Like, because I will snitch you out. The cops come ask me.
That nigga's wildin'.
I'm telling. But see.
But that's why I'm not a gangster. Cause
that's what I'm saying. It's why we don't live
this life. It's not my lifestyle. So I'm snitching on y'all. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, if you're a civilian, it's not really snitching.
Right.
But
even in that situation, I would have snitched probably. Y'all tried to kill me and y'all stole millions? Nigga. Hell fucking no. I'm gonna hold y'all down? Oh nah, I'm not gonna snitch. Nah. I'm snitching.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's a fact.
I mean,
That's it.
I hold him accountable because nobody had a gun to his head for him to claim blood. Nobody had a gun to his head for him to put out certain types of music. You know what I'm saying? My main thing with him and what he did is basically plant all this negative, like, imagery and mindset in young dudes' heads.
Right.
So you potentially influence a group of, young adults to proclaim a gang lifestyle and try to, mimic you in this, you know what I'm saying? When the whole time you was just living a facade, like you're not even really, you know what I'm saying? You was never. And I put up a status too. I was like,
I think I saw
in the past year, we had a white dude claim Crip and a Latino man claim blood. And when push come to shove, basically, both of them denounced the organizations and basically, set themselves to the side. Like, yo, I don't want nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you're in it, you're in it. I mean, I understand them trying to kill you or whatever, but what was the reason? What was the purpose? It needs to be a undergirding purpose for them to do this. If you're the main breadwinner and you put in all of us on, right? Why would I fuck up this whole situation for me and my mans? And because there was only one of them, to my knowledge, that conspired with somebody else to do the whole kidnapping thing. Why would I fuck up our bread, my bread, and all my other mans in the circle bread by kidnapping you? And if I did go through and kill you, you're the hottest rapper in the world right now. He was the hottest rapper in the world at the time. How do we know? How do we know, like, you wasn't gonna
to warrant?
No. How do we know you wasn't gonna become like you wasn't gonna blow up even more? As you blow up, we all blow up.
But the thing is,
you see what I'm saying?
Maybe he didn't. Maybe whoever did it didn't feel like they was getting what they wanted out of him. Like,
that's
it
what I
wasn't
was gonna
enough.
say. Because he's the one that's feeding these guys. But the kidnapping thing, that was one situation. But as far as them trying to kill him towards the end, I think it was because he started finding out that they were taking money from him. So
and moving different.
Yeah, so he detached himself from them and he fired everybody. That's when the stories came out about them niggas trying to kill him and pull him to restaurants, trying to get in a restaurant, trying to shoot the place. So
probably
you feeding these guys, and I said this also. I said, here's how these niggas nice men. You got these guys who are in gangs, you know what I'm saying? And you
he was
feeding
claiming
them.
The gang too. Don't say it in a way whereas
these guys are in gangs, right?
All of them
because all these is facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you feeding these guys, right? Once you start feeding the wolves, they turn against you.
That's not a fact.
As
long as you associate
every
yourself
gangster
with
nigga I've ever heard speak about this shit always says the same shit.
Yeah.
About what?
These niggas be down for you until you stop feeding them, son.
Yep.
I've
That's
heard
not a
Meek
fact.
Mill
I've
say
heard
it.
that.
I heard Casanova say it. I'm not saying of all cases,
Casanova's
obviously.
blood.
Okay.
So he talking about himself?
What's that mean?
No, I mean
You
I
said
guess
it in a way as
I
long
said
as you're
gangster. I didn't say blood. I said gangsters.
Okay, so what is a gangster?
He even said he said, I got wolves in my camp that I keep fed because I know if that shit ever stop, I'm gonna have to watch. He said these things.
He did say that,
and I've heard these multiple times, and it makes sense. And if you seen the whole totality of this whole 6ix9ine shit, you knew these niggas wasn't really for him.
Yeah.
Like, if you really watched it, you knew that he was the
breadwinner. We just offer protection.
Yeah.
And we give you.
And once he found out niggas were
stamp to
funny and you
blood.
start paying me, nigga, we on your ass. And that's exactly what happened.
Damn, you just gotta choose what you loyal to, honestly.
But here's why I gotta call out everybody, son. Because around this time, I mean, that's true. He did make his bed, and it's a hard one.
Yeah.
It's made out of stone. It's in prison.
It's whole.
Sheets. It's tough.
It's sad. It's sad. The only thing I found funny was just how everything just turned that way. But it's sad overall.
Less than a year and a half.
Like he was really booming, and he really.
Oh, this shit's a year and a half. Huh?
And we was sad when Bobby went away. We was like, damn. Right. But this is like, damn.
Pretty much there was a similar route.
Right.
No. In terms of them being hot,
yeah,
and the short
and then going to jail,
had,
but 6ix9ine was on some really
Bobby's
on some
totally
like
different
route. He was some really like gang shit, like
he was on
non-stop blood, non-stop blue red flags,
calling people out, being arrogant.
Right, and that's
what caused.
He
him
called,
so much
and
trouble.
Charlamagne told him stop doing these things.
Told this nigga,
this
son.
is his karma. This is why I said I cannot separate him and give him an exemption from these dudes that he was around, because all they basically did was stamp him, be like, yo, you could claim blood, we got you, because they're official bloods.
Yeah.
He was not. And who was it? It was I listened to Doggy Diamond's interview. He interviewed this Hoover dude from out in LA, who was also associated with
9 Trey Bloods?
No, the group Treyway, the entertainment, because he was like signed to them from out there, right? So during the interview, he was basically saying, the dude, he was like, Tekashi's not a gangster. His friend, his best friend, is like a regular ass kid. Like he was like, this kid is not a gangster. He was basically covered and showered, and he took on this persona to sell his music and records for I guess Shadi or whoever. But him individually on an individualistic level, like that's not him. So that's why I said nobody put a gun to his head and told him, you have to claim blood, you have to make these type of songs, you have to call out people, you have to be disrespectful to people. Like he was disrespectful to mad people, like fucking Jay Prince, all like people who YG. It was not warranted for. Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this.
You wanna let your nuts hang all the way. Don't let your nuts hang, and when the white boys in them blue vests and shit come to you, you wanna fucking claim like fucking, nah, I don't respect that.
But I'm gonna say this. Everybody
clap your hand.
when he's at the top of his game, I was talking out against him. When he was saying all this other shit about like, if I'm not dead in 24 hours, y'all niggas is pussy, and calling out all these gang members in LA. I'm coming to LA.
Chicago.
Y'all niggas can't. Chicago, coming to Chicago, saying y'all niggas, I'm on O Block. All this shit, right? And I done seen everybody on social media saying, oh, well, what he's doing is working. You know what I'm saying? He's on, it's in the Billboard charts.
It was working.
His music is doing that, right? They was all like, everyone that chastised him and said that that's not the right route to take, like Charlamagne and the others, they were called haters, all these things, right? Niggas knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah. I wouldn't really say they chastised him. They was just trying to give him like guidance.
Well, both. Those that did chastise him, like me, or those that was trying to give him advice and all this other shit, they was all called haters.
Yeah. By people who favored him.
Yep.
And y'all niggas see him in this predicament, and I don't hear none of y'all niggas talking. I don't see nobody on social media saying all the shit they were saying before.
Not only are you not seeing them saying anything,
like,
but guess what else? They not gonna do shit for him.
Right.
That's the main thing.
It sucks because it's like even when he goes to court, he ain't got nothing in his favor. Nothing in his favor to make a judge be like, you know what?
Right, because he was arrogant.
Everybody
was loving this arrogant shit when he was popping. Now that he in jail,
and he wasn't even respectful to the mother of his kid. So it's like,
yeah. See, see.
Boy was scattered.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit ain't worth it.
It's not worth it at all. But you couldn't tell nobody this shit. Yeah, everybody was saying, look what he's doing. He's hot. He's doing this. He's a young guy doing this thing. You guys don't want to see the young guys win.
Nah. In this case, it's a little different. We can't apply this case. Because there are times where that's true. And it's like things do come back from people's past when they blow up. And
it always come back.
But
the energy's always going to come back.
He typed this to himself.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
A fact. And the way he always gave props to Bobby. He said when Bobby comes out, I'm gonna give the crown back to him. He always said that, right? Common sense. You should have looked at the whole Bobby situation.
Right.
There's a new law. There's new laws all over America right now. Conspiracy laws. And if we're a gang, the three of us, right?
Yeah, once you attach.
If I tell y'all, oh, I'm gonna go shoot this nigga, and I go out and shoot the guy. But remember, we're a gang. All of us will be convicted because technically that was conspiracy. I told y'all what I was gonna do, even though I said I'm gonna do it, right?
Right.
They taking it as I conspired with y'all about this murder. So now, if you are a rapper and you know dudes in your circle are committing certain crimes, whether y'all defending yourselves. But then again, is it really defense? Because you called certain people to act a certain way towards you. You forced people to be the aggressor and you responded on a defensive level. But you were the antagonist for the whole situation. So regardless of if you're defending yourself or if you're just the aggressor, at the end of the day, in the eyes of law enforcement, a crime is a crime. Especially you're urban, you're a fucking criminal. So once you commit a crime, we don't care. Look at what they did with Lil Wayne. They always take the biggest name on the tour bus. Whoever it is in the camp, we're gonna take the biggest name, and whether you raped the girl or not, whether you shot that gun or not, we're taking you down with them because we know we don't want you out on the street. Because if you still winning, you could bail your mans out. It's common fucking sense.
You got the highest influence.
Exactly. You got the highest influence and you're the breadwinner for the clique. Why the hell would we not drag you in with them?
And I think that's a little sad.
We take you down, we cripple the whole organization.
I think it's sad to be in such a successful place and have to feed all these damn people. Like, but it's not like when you feed family or when you feed people that came up, like Drake did with his friends, you know? This is like, y'all doing horrible shit, bro.
But that's the thing. See, these rappers put it on themselves because you want to have all these...
Yeah.
You don't have to have a big entourage.
You don't. But I'm going to say something.
Rappers say this. Rappers who have done this in the past and then they talk now, there was like back in the day we used to have like 40, 50 people going with us everywhere and on private jets and it cost us millions. Now looking back at it, that was a wrong decision because now when you have a large crew, it leaves a lot of space for bad apples.
Yeah.
And it's hard to pinpoint which ones is not really for you. When your circle is close knit and niggas you really fuck with, you paying less, and you know your circle is more solid.
Yeah. Kevin Hart, Plastic Cup Boy.
Yeah, like what the fuck.
Everybody plays a role. Like Tekashi, I'm not bashing anybody with an entourage or whatever who want to put their mans on, whether it's 10 or whatever people. The main thing is being organized. If you have 10, 20 guys, all right.
You gotta have a
You're
job.
my manager. Yeah. You're my this. You do this. You do that. And everybody gets paid.
Right.
As long as I do shows, everybody gets paid.
Yeah.
So now we're all out the hood.
You gotta
see what
have
I'm saying?
job.
That's all it is. But niggas don't think. They will, first thing we gonna do, we gonna buy a case of AKs. We gonna buy a whip. We gonna take a vacation. Everybody first class. Like, that's fucking stupid.
Right.
Nobody talking about buying a dictionary. Nobody talking about reading up on New York state laws. Nobody talking about, like, y'all are idiots, son. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about everybody who does not think this way.
I'm
not
pretty
talking
sure when
about
somebody got $1 million,
alone.
they don't be like, I'm gonna just get a dictionary. I don't think
$1 million, nobody bought a book. Everybody bought, I want Bust Down Roadie. I want this, I want that. Read this fucking book. The cat, the cat in the, you can't even read the cat in the hat. Like, are you serious?
Damn. Somebody who's listening to this, they can't read is really mad.
I know. Really mad at me. But fuck, I'm a
little hurt.
It be like that though. It be like that. That's why I said everybody gotta have a job, man. Word. You can't just be around me just cause you grew up with me. Or you can't just be around me cause you, nah, nigga, you gotta have a job.
Yeah.
You security.
What are you, right?
Are you my tour manager? Do you take care of my account? Like, what are you doing?
And even in the cases when you do that, it's like so rare that it's actually like a good match for people. Like sometimes you could, and it's all risky once you bring homies into it, because they could be doing a bad job and then you gotta fire them.
Exactly.
And
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. When I get to where I need to be, if you don't do your fucking job, you're getting fired.
We already fired a couple of friends.
You're getting fired, son. Anyone that knows me knows that I have no problem cutting anyone off.
Jesus.
And it's like that. My serenity and my peace comes first before anybody else's. Especially if I'm the head of the ship.
Yeah.
And you the little nigga, you gotta go, son. That's it. You gotta go.
I haven't faced these things yet because I work with myself.
Yeah.
I salute that.
Yeah, I can't leave nothing to nobody. Like sometimes I want something to get done, but in my brain,
something to get done,
I feel like
yourself.
people need to do it the minute that I say it, and because I know
and the way you want it to be done.
If I tell you it needs to be done now, so I know nobody's gonna be in their bed like, oh, okay, nobody but me, so I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm so particular on certain things, like. Even if it takes me to do it longer, I'm gonna just do it myself.
Yeah.
Cause I like shit done a certain particular way.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, prayers go out to Tekashi. I mean, whatever happens to him, it's kind of sad because he's so young and he got all this success and he has a kid, but can't really put no blame on nobody else.
It kind of, you know what else sucks? Him
coming.
being in prison and them knowing he's a snitch. Like.
Oh yeah, they gonna get him. Yeah, they gonna get him.
Man.
Well, if he's willing to cooperate,
he probably won't be in population.
Yeah, he's not gonna be in general population.
Yeah,
he gonna
probably won't be in
like,
population.
I'm telling y'all, that nigga gonna get less than 10 years, son. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, 47 to 10.
It's happened before.
Cause I know happened before. I read somewhere it was like 47 minimum with the chance of getting it lower if he cooperates. Like it's still a chance. So I don't know if they're going. I don't know, but. Whatever happens.
I know he sat on that table. He said, "I'm about to tell y'all everything. Grab some notebooks."
Yeah, let me get the steak with the butter and the
I'm ready to drink a soda.
Potatoes, right?
Ready to drink a soda.
Bring the wine in here. Yeah. All right. What we got next though?
Did y'all peep a couple days ago y'all weather app? That shit that they said under the degrees.
I peeped it yesterday too.
Unhealthy. It's
air quality
for sensitive groups.
Sensitive groups. Yep.
Who's the sensitive groups? Well, first, did you see it? Did you peep it?
I did not see that.
I posted it.
It's on the weather app, like the
IG.
IG.
Does it say
It
it
was.
now?
It was.
Wait.
Nah.
It doesn't say it now?
I checked yesterday. It
Nah,
was
it doesn't
off
say
already.
it now. Yeah, it doesn't say it now.
But I screenshot it. First person I saw posted was my brother.
I look at the air quality. I'm surprised I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Shit legit said unhealthy.
And that's like some real China
right
shit.
under New York.
Wait, where?
Under New York.
That's some real
It
China
was
shit.
legit on the weather app, yeah. And what's funny is they put this out, right? Then coincidentally, these past 2-3 days was in the 50s, 60s. So you put out this bad air quality, then entice niggas to go outside to breathe up this air with good weather.
Right.
If
Right. Yeah, that air quality shit is wicked.
If
What does that mean?
you didn't have anything to do with manipulating the weather.
Yeah, right.
If it's all
it
natural,
probably
then
was the chemicals that they used to raise the temperature.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said.
Make the air quality bad.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's some deep shit. Y'all niggas see. Niggas who
lot of
come
people
on
gonna be like, y'all
podcasts,
niggas
they
bugging.
know we on the deep
Yeah.
shit. Cause Steven mentioned how like niggas in China be buying air from Canada.
Yeah.
Cause the air quality in China is that bad.
How do you buy air?
Who knows?
I asked him, right, and it was crazy.
I think he was joking though.
With the bag?
Yeah, cause that don't really make sense. When you think about it, it don't really make sense.
It makes sense. It's air. The fuck? Oh, go to.
Wait, tell her how you do. Tell
Go
her
to
how you do.
Flatbush. We got better air over there.
Look, tell her how he does it.
You get a plastic bag and just run and
Like a hookah.
yeah, and then tie the bag cause the air.
You just get a bag.
And then you
Tie it
catch
up.
the air like how you catch like fireflies and stuff in
Yeah.
jars. And then you tie it and send it to Florida. I mean to China. And then when they get it there, they open
Nigga,
it
open
up.
the box from
And
UPS, and it's a bag of air in that bitch.
I assume that.
Son, who
But
knows?
yeah.
Son, this
Yo, I've
world is
never-
crazy. But
I
niggas,
can't even
niggas
see
are really
that.
buying air though. Like
It would make sense if they buy it like in an oxygen tank. And it's
my
that
boy
type
said
of-
that in China, people purchase air, like clean
Air is
air.
They
Yeah.
legit do that, yeah.
Their air is pretty bad.
Because of all the
That shit is
jobs
crazy.
they accepted the like I don't want to say decomposition, but it's basically like the destruction of like old computers and stuff, and the mercury. They didn't anticipate
yeah.
like the mercury,
Oh, okay.
what it's gonna do. That's why they used to wearing that
Right.
face mask.
Son,
and
shit. Son, we gonna have to get gas masks, son.
We don't have to get a
In
new
the next
planet.
50 years, for sure.
Damn.
I'm about to say
'Cause
that
these
shit.
Yeah, I
damn
know,
white and
bro.
Chinese people
I'm
doing
not gonna
stupid
lie.
ass
This
shit.
want y'all
planet
to
is
know-
hurting.
If people escape to another planet, it's only the white people. We's not invited.
Right.
We's not
We's
invited.
not invited.
That's what they're gonna
That's
be.
slave
Like,
talk.
that's why you nigger. Goddamn
We's
non-English.
not invited. Yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah, that's
yeah. I mean, you probably right. You probably right.
I promise you not. You think they trying to do this again?
They gonna
You think
leave
they
us-
trying to
Ain't-
see black people free a
they
second
gonna
time?
they get there
And
and
you
they
know what's
see black
fucked
people.
up?
Oh my god, Sally, get your bags.
And you know what's
These
fucked up?
niggers are everywhere.
And you know what's fucked up? Son?
What?
They the one that's fucking up the planet, and they gonna fuck around and leave us on this planet.
Yeah, Trump don't even believe
That they
global
fucked
warming.
up, son.
He think this is all a lie. He think it's a hoax. He's like, oh,
Well, I
y'all
don't
just
believe
talking.
in global warming. I
Y'all
don't
just
believe in
talking on the Twitters.
We spoke about global warming, and I'm kind of on the fence about it. I'm kind of on the fence because what I learned from like my boy Steven and like talking about it,
Life is about balance. If it's
is-
warming
it is
somewhere,
different,
then it's
yeah.
getting colder somewhere else.
Yeah.
So all we
I'ma
gotta do
do-
is show you.
But it's the cap. It's the cap in the north. if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
yeah.
So
we
they tell
mentioned
us.
that
It's
on the.
it's
Nah, we
spread.
spoke about that on the podcast with Steven, how like the cap moves and
Yeah.
then like
It changed.
yeah, but
It shrunk a little bit, so it got a little better. But people were putting in a lot of effort, and it's still not enough.
I don't
bro, at
know,
the end of the
man.
day, the rate at which we're killing this planet,
The
we ain't
soil
gonna be
is messed
here
up.
for a very
The
long
water
time.
is messed up. The whales, dolphins are dying.
Right.
Yeah, the little
Right.
bluebird, the little bluebird
Lot of
from
birds.
Rio is
Yeah,
on
it's
A couple
extinct.
animals
It's
are
extinct now.
extinct.
We talking about that.
Everything
in
is
the past.
interconnected.
Yeah,
so
son, it's crazy.
you kill a certain type of animal, next thing you know,
It fuck up the ecosystem because
exactly.
somebody eats that.
Depend
one,
on
one
that.
animal
Yeah.
depends on that
Circle
source
of
of
life.
food, and if you don't
Lion
get that food, and then that animal dies, and somebody bigger eats that, You know what I'm saying?
The only way to restore this planet is for the human extinction.
No.
We need
get rid of white
all
people.
need
Get
to
rid of white people.
No, I think humans in general, because we're really,
I ain't gonna
really
lie.
bad.
It's humans in general.
race.
You know, I'm gonna tell you why. Because white people are the ones that putting shit in place, but we're the ones that we want meat. We the ones that like we have like we want meat. We want our motherfucking milk.
Not all humans want that.
White people are. White
No,
folk
I'm
are
saying
not the only people that eat meat though.
No, there's white vegans. I'm saying not all. Obviously, I wasn't saying literally all white people, but I'm saying not all people want animal products.
Yeah, I know, but it's a very small percentage.
There's just no doubt that the planet will benefit from our extinction. Period. Like, if we were wiped out tomorrow,
the animals will be happy.
Yeah, it's no question.
We're the problem.
It's no
I wouldn't
question.
say I'm the problem.
We, as a human race.
Not individually.
I know. I got what y'all saying.
But
no question.
Yeah.
If
I would keep garbage on me.
Me too.
Until I see a garbage can.
Me too.
Like deadass.
Me too, because I don't want it to end up in a whale's blowhole, and I always.
But
see
people
that
are assholes. You post something online about the earth dying, or like something about like animals dying. Like I
make a joke out of it.
Like some lady posted some shit like some lady. No. It was PETA. They posted.
PETA. Who?
You know, the animal advocates.
Oh,
yeah.
PETA.
Yeah,
Okay.
PETA.
That be throwing blood and shit on people.
Right.
They kill animals to get the blood to throw on people.
No,
I'm joking. It's red paint.
It's fake blood. Yeah.
Man, just laugh sometimes. You like fucking Mr. Roger. Technically, yeah.
They posted a picture of like a fake dog that was like toast, like roasted, right?
China.
And people thought, they actually cook dogs in China.
Yeah, no.
So it's a fake dog, but they're making the message like, oh, this. When you saw this picture, it probably gave you this ill feeling, but you don't get that ill feeling when you see roasted pork or roasted beef, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some nigga posted in the chat, in the thread, a steak sizzling on a pan. Like, y'all hear something? And I'm like, this is the type of shit that humans say. Like, this is the betterment of the planet, of different species, and niggas like, y'all like my steak, man. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Not even well done, medium well.
But see, this is the thing though. It's not even only meat consumption in terms of like ingestion.
Yeah, it's
like leather,
it's materials, it's paper, it's fucking factories being built, trees being wiped out, it's the waste being dumped to the ocean. It's mad.
But you know what also doesn't help?
What?
Is that everything that, like, anytime I want to buy something, because I want to be good to the planet, and I remember this girl, Heidi, I have her on Instagram. She was sharing this amazing toilet paper that she had. It was like decorative, and I loved it because I'm into that. Mm-hmm. And I read like the website, and it was like recycled. They had like all these like eco-friendly signs. When I saw the price, I said, "Bitch, I gotta kill the planet." Yo, it was $55 for a case of like 20.
Oh wow.
So wait, how you expect me to save the planet when you're not helping my pockets? We gotta do something about this.
That's another thing.
Can't afford
they
that.
capitalizing off that too. Those companies are capitalizing off of people that want to save the planet.
I want to save the planet, but it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Like, I'm poor. Like, what are we gonna do here?
That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know what I'll... To be quite honest, though, with the whole trees and paper towel and toilet paper, I don't really think they're killing as much trees. I might be wrong, but I'm like, y'all could... I'm like paper towel. I'm like paper towel, toilet paper. Like, y'all gotta find all these scientists, y'all can't come up with a better way, like a more environmental friendly way. You know what I'm saying? To make paper towel.
They recycled it, but it's too expensive. How is something that was used already going to be more expensive than something new?
My snotty tissue. What are you gonna do? You gonna hang out the tissue, put it in the washing machine, dry it? Like, I don't get it. Like, how does this work? There's a whole process, exactly?
But Jesus, it cannot be that expensive. Everything, like if you go to Whole Foods.
Yeah, Whole Foods.
Oh, by the way, thank you for bringing up Whole Foods. Whole Foods, we know was consumed by Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and I get super good deals now. Majority
of Amazon products are China. Therefore, Whole Foods stuff might be, it's probable that will be imported from China. We know China. We know China is making like fake rice and plastic rice. Yeah, plastic rice. Yeah. Plastic rice, plastic
A lot
chicken,
of
all
foods
that.
have plastic.
So
and
all I'm saying is, even though it's Whole Foods, the main misconception with people, mainly black people, is as long as something is more expensive, it's automatically good, better quality.
Right.
That's not necessarily true.
Right.
We can purposely make these 2 glass. Oh, this costs $500. This costs $5. Oh, I want the $500 because I'm balling on y'all. $500 mugs, man.
That shit goes to anything.
Yeah. But and the makers, the Chinese, he's so stupid. We make it with 1 cent.
Right.
And look, imagine that markup.
Right. That shit goes with everything. Clothes, shoes. Yep. Some shit costs more.
Jordans.
Black
I heard
people
Jordans.
are gonna gravitate to it because they fucking dumb.
Yo.
I heard Jordans. I forgot. It's less than $20 to be made. Though.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, these
The
niggas.
flip is crazy.
Flight Club is like 300, 500,
1,500.
I'm like
3,000. I was in Flight Club not the other day, but like a few months ago, with my friend. Fucking Yeezys was like 4,000. I said, y'all can suck my dick in here.
Yeah.
Like, y'all can suck my dick. Like, 4,000. Yes.
That's fucking
The Nike Yeezys.
That's
the
rent.
OG. I'm like, what?
That's a couple months rent for some people.
What?
It's one. But it's some niggas that's like, yo, I'm a sneakerhead. I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna buy that shit.
Yeah. I mean, to each their own, but if you can't afford
To
it,
each
that's
their
a
own.
stupid purchase.
That shit's dumb.
No, I can't. I'm telling you, these.
All of these technological advances, and we can't figure out how to preserve the fucking planet.
They did. You ever seen those things? I forgot what they're called. Trump called them windmills. He's an idiot. They're not windmills.
Wow.
It sits on farms.
Yeah, they're like these triangular things, and they're like they're wind something.
Oh, for the energy?
They conduct electricity.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, those things. So apparently
they're like newer windmills. Windmills back in the day did the same thing.
No, windmills were for something else. Windmills were for farms to do other things. They weren't for.
I thought it was for electricity.
No,
windmills was for electricity as well.
Electricity. I swear, you know who spoke about it? The guy that I told you about. Patriot Act. He was talking about it. So he told me, he said the difference. But I forgot necessarily what he said. But I just know that the people that live around them are complaining.
Because what, the radiation,
no,
the
not
electromagnetic
no, it's good for the planet. It's good for the
it's
planet. It's just that it being around so many makes them like
crazy.
Because imagine you walk outside and all you see is things spinning all day, like. So they like
don't
losing.
look up.
Yeah, one time it was a white woman. She was like, you know the panels, the solar panels. Once again, free energy. She's like, I don't want these in the neighborhood. I don't want to look up at the trees and, well, not the trees, but like, you know, the posts, the telephone line posts. I don't want to look up and see solar panels. Bitch, look at the fucking ground when you walk.
Right.
Damn. You rather niggas pay like unnecessarily exorbitant amounts.
When I buy a house, I'm definitely getting solar panels.
I'm putting that shit all over.
It's some bricks like $15,000. I'm getting that shit. It's gonna save you money.
Y'all can find a way to make them Gucci solar panels, like if y'all wanna be
Gucci
super, if y'all wanna be super fancy and make it look nice. Figure it out, but it's good for the planet.
Soulja Boy.
I don't know why we don't have them in the hood.
Oh, Soulja Boy. But yeah.
Y'all heard about? Okay, so y'all remember the whole Chicago thing with like the -50 temperature and shit. You don't know about that?
Where the fuck were you? It was last week Wednesday. That was the day.
What you be doing, Gabae?
I be in school. I be working. I be with Jace. It's a lot. The news.
Shout out to Jace.
All I have is Twitter, and I barely look at it.
Wait, do I have you on Twitter?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't really be on it. Literally,
Twitter.
I go right
what she
now.
just said. I'll be on. Just have you on Twitter.
She don't really be on Twitter.
But because I only do it for the news, because I don't watch the news.
I always tell them
See?
Yo, shit reached
watching this thing open.
Shit reached Twitter like the moment it happens, man.
You see, look, the minute you see, it's just like legit. It's like news.
First of all, why is your shit not on night mode?
Yeah.
You gotta love yourself.
I got mine on night mode. Then.
You gotta love yourself.
Oh.
You're wild.
Because I only go on it
It's
for
Black History Month, Gabae. What are you doing?
Yeah, what you were saying? You're wild.
It's just news.
Yo, every time I look at Gabae, I be like, Gabae is in sage mode. Look at her eyes.
How?
Oh yeah, like that. Yeah, now
you gotta watch Naruto. You're gonna get
the rip. Yeah, I'll show you afterwards.
Yeah. Gabae's in Sage Mode, guys. But so all right. So last week, Chicago was like -30, -50. It was cold as fuck. They said that it was good. They anticipated it to be colder than Antarctica.
Yeah, not real talk.
The SEALs was like, fuck that, I ain't going to Chicago.
I was thinking I would have left.
So, one, this is not fun. Okay, nah. I actually looked it up. It was a post going around saying that 15 homeless people died.
It wasn't true.
It was fake. Yeah, I was going to mention it, but I was like, yeah. I looked it up before I came. It was fake.
Yeah, but I did hear that 6 people did die.
Possibly. I know. Possibly. Like walking.
But there was a
street.
picture floating around. Everybody was like, "Oh, 15 people died." That was a picture from Canada, like 6 years ago. It wasn't true, but it was a state emergency.
Stay in your house.
You couldn't be outside that day because they was going. You can't be outside. It's too cold.
Can't be outside. Jussie Smollett. The fuck. Anyway, we gonna get to you in a minute, but shout out to Candace Payne. Candace Payne is a black woman, a black queen. Let me edit that.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a realtor out in Chicago, right? And her watching the news, seeing about the whole weather, how cold it's gonna be and stuff. She, with her husband and the rest of her realty team, accumulated funds to put homeless people, families or whatever, into hotels and get them food and proper shelter and stuff. She ended up making the news. Initially, she didn't want to make the news because she's like, I don't care about the stuff notoriety, but because they were running with the story of it's probably a rich person that's doing this. She was like, nah, let me debunk all this bullshit. Right. It's a black woman, not an angry black woman, a black woman with a good job who's just looking out, caring about her community, caring about people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So she ended up getting roughly 60 people, rooms, clothes for the cold, and they stayed up in hotels for like about 4 days. They each had like 3 meals per day while in the hotels. Mm-hmm. So shout out to her. Like I salute that. That's dope as hell. Like
that's very noble.
They got artists like rappers and shit, and a regular realtor did this for Chicago. Like I mean, 60 people is not a lot of people, but that's 60 lives at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's 60, way more than that's 60 people more than one.
Exactly. That's 60. Yeah.
More than 0. You know what I'm saying? It's something.
Exactly. So I salute that. That's
some noble shit. Rappers,
I don't know what they be doing.
I don't know.
Actually, Cardi B just touched on something like this. Who? Cardi B, I don't know if I saw her post on Instagram.
What she said?
But she people were telling her that she shouldn't be wasting her money on certain things, or like she's not doing nothing with her money except splurging it. And she went on a rant where she was like, if an artist spends $500,000, they had to make like $1 million and some change because the IRS take 40%. So you can't be telling people what to do with their money and blah blah blah.
Agreed. I'm not telling them what to do, but
it's just recommended.
Nah, but this and then she said all the stuff I gotta do to look good for y'all, like that costs money. And then she was breaking down like all the costs. She was like, all this costs money. And like so to her it's like I do what I want situation, and I'm pretty sure she does give back. Maybe who knows? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all rappers give back to an extent.
I'm pretty sure they do something. I'm pretty sure some rappers do something, but then there's some rappers that like. I hear what she's saying,
but we still.
It's just like you don't have to buy fucking $40,000 in jewelry. You don't have to do that.
Not even 40, like more like in the hundreds of thousands.
You don't have to buy expensive
20 cars.
Like
you don't have to do that.
That's what when she said it, I was like, I hear you, sis. You can do whatever you want with your money.
20 insurance policies. That's 20.
You don't have to do
car notes if you are paying car notes.
Like if them $500,000 that you had to spend out of all that million really meant to you would value it more and not drop it on.
Look, whatever y'all do with y'all money is y'all money, but like y'all niggas be looking like clowns, in my opinion. Like
And
there's so much more you can invest in.
I'm gonna say this, Cardi B. You don't have to spend a lot of money to look good to us.
Yeah.
That ass was fat before you got famous.
Right.
Niggas
And you
was
pretty.
been clocking you before
makeup
you
don't
got
cost that
famous.
Because you get the professionals.
And Fashion Nova is pretty affordable.
Yeah.
And she getting cheese from that too. So like you.
So.
Yeah, you win it always, Cardi. You win it always.
Right. I fuck with Cardi.
We love your personality more than your.
But I like how she broke it down because I really didn't know that.
With the whole IRS?
Yeah, I didn't
niggas
know.
be robbing. Yeah. J. Cole,
yeah, he's talked about it before.
That commas on KOD.
You mean
commas?
Brackets.
Brackets.
Yeah.
I said commas.
Yeah.
But what else we got, Cuzzo?
Let's speak on Jussie Smollett real quick.
Oh, alright. We touched on him last week.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
first
and foremost, let's make sure Gabae knows.
I know what happened.
Do you know what happened? Let's hear what you know what happened.
He was assaulted by like some white men who were like homophobic because he doesn't support Trump and they were Trump supporters, and it was a big situation where he got attacked and he got like a chemical thrown on him.
Yeah, bleach and had a noose put around his head and I'm gonna get a disclaimer before I move forward with this, right? I'm not saying anybody's lying, but we gonna look at the situation from an outsider, with no bias, no
just details.
Yeah. The story is not adding up. It's not really adding up. It's a couple theories going around. Nobody's saying he's lying, but there's a couple theories going around that he was. I heard one theory that he was outside roaming the streets looking for some dick. You know what I'm saying? Looking for some dick, and he ran to the wrong group, and then you know what I'm saying? There's another theory that he was he's been messing with somebody's boyfriend, and then they ended up following him that night, and then they called him outside by himself at 2 a.m. Right? Cause they saying in that area is like very high surveillance as far as like cameras, but the police hasn't found nothing yet. All they found was like a blurry picture of like two.
The police never find pictures of
like two guys walking. That's the picture I found. I just found one picture. Yeah. There's no video of no assault. Then it's kind of weird. It's like, he walked to the hospital with a noose on his neck still. It's kind of like, why is it still on your neck? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And why he walked to the hospital?
Yeah.
In the cold, in 30 degrees.
Did he walk or did he? He probably drove himself. He probably walked and drove himself.
Okay, he got in the car with the noose still. Smelling like bleach.
Right. It's just.
It does make sense.
It's just
and then the original story with him leaving his hotel to go to Subway at 2 a.m. What time does Subway close? I don't know. I mean, some maybe 24 hours, possibly.
And I'm not gonna lie, the whole statement, "This is MAGA country," when I first heard it, it kind of made me think like that's a statement that somebody would make up if they wanted to get like an outrage against a response from folks that don't like Donald Trump. Like, that's like a typical statement. This is MAGA country, and then I hate. Let's slap a hate crime on that. Yeah. It seems kind of cliche-ish.
Yeah. Well, the truth is, hopefully I don't get backlash for this, but the truth is, anytime a person from the LGBTQI+ community is attacked, it's automatically a hate crime. Right. And I have a problem with that because I don't feel like in every instance we should apply that. Yeah. But that's usually like if you ever get into altercation and you don't even know the person and how they identify and what their sexual preference is, the minute that they say that they are of that group, regardless that charge is coming for you.
Exactly. Regardless of what motivated you to do what you did. They
not to say that applies to him and that he lied about it. I don't think that because I don't want to like make him. I don't want to devalue his experience, but that is always the case. So I'm never surprised if I know a person from that community to be attacked, whether it was because they were rude at a store and somebody just responded or whatever. I know that's gonna come with it. Yeah, it's automatic. You can count on it.
I agree,
son.
That's the sad thing.
Some of y'all niggas is just dicks, bro. We not fucking you up because you gay. We fucking you up because you an asshole.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
That could be the
like
case.
Sometimes y'all niggas just getting beat up because y'all got beat up. Like,
yo, actually,
you know what
no. I know somebody who knows somebody that was in a situation where they were on a dating app and they started talking to a girl. The time they thought it was a girl, she looked like a girl. I mean, not to say anything bad about trans people at all, but he was under the impression that she was born a woman.
Yeah.
So then he met up with her, and then it was sketchy. But he's also I guess he was one of those people that didn't really, you know, when you're young, you don't really pay attention to settings and like lighting or anything. But he saw the girl in like a dark room, so like he never really saw her because when he pulled up to the crib, it was already dark.
right.
This is I don't know how true it is. I just know that this happened to somebody. And long story short, the second time like he came around, he noticed the same thing. He noticed the same thing when he came around the second time to her crib. And then he got sus about it because he was like, why is it always so dark?
He's like, bitch, you pay your light bill?
Yeah, like he's like, why is it always so dark?
Wait, from the moment he walked in the house, the whole time it's just dark?
It was just dark. And like he seen her but like in dim light type situation. So like, he's like, why is it always so dark? And then
You see that dick, boy?
no, that's the thing. They never had.
Oh.
It wasn't like that. Like he came
So
to
why
chill.
is it dark in here? We not fucking.
He got some type of special treatments, you know, down there.
Okay.
But so it was never like something he never really thought about. So I guess it came to a point where I think something was about to initiate, and the person was like, "Oh, you didn't know," type. And that's
the person said that?
the person said, and then
Oh,
and then what
you
happened?
got Rihanna.
That's a fact.
So here's the
you're a man.
dilemma.
Yeah,
Here's
you could
the
take
dilemma.
this being.
So here's the dilemma. I guess he clarified what his preference was, and he wasn't into that. And then I don't know what happened after that, but he ended up leaving.
Wait, this is somebody you know?
No, I don't know this person.
It's someone that you know that's
Somebody, yeah.
Okay, so you know.
So the person ended up leaving. They got into an altercation.
Mm.
So the situation was something was said to him. It was like some kind of altercation, but he didn't necessarily hit this person because they was who they was.
Yeah.
It was the fact that he was in a situation. It's like, first of all, I'm in this crib. I don't know where I am. Like, I'm in this different neighborhood, and you telling me this, and I'm trying to dip. So I guess it was altercation. Long story short, he really has to go to court, mind you. And I wanted
for a hate crime.
This is recent,
bro. And he works with people in that community. Like, he has love people, so he has to go to court to fight this case, and then it's crazy. Like,
but just like you said a couple moments earlier, some of them would use it to their convenience.
Right.
Because they know they provoked the situation, the matter.
Right.
But because you hit me,
Mm-hmm.
now I'll just claim, oh, it's because I was like this. That's
Right.
why he did this.
And it sucks. I feel like they should be
And only that person and the guy knows the truth.
Yeah, and I feel like it just comes to like the system, and sometimes actually want to be politically correct and want to do things the right way. But in that same sense, it's like a lot of people, like, I would never want to be in that situation.
Me neither.
And I don't ever want to, because there are cases like this. It's very tragic when anybody in that community gets killed just for being who they are. I can't even wrap my head around
when
that.
anybody gets killed for being who they are.
Right.
But then when you have those instances where people go out there and don't say things, like, some people take that the wrong way. It doesn't mean kill somebody. It means that people just need to just be able to have these conversations, and not every fight between them has to be a hate crime.
The thing is, that's very telling, because like they want equality so much, but every time they're in an instance where it's an altercation or somebody disagrees with them, they just chop it up to, it's because I'm gay.
Yeah, exactly.
But you fighting for equality. So in our eyes, you're supposed to just be a human.
Exactly.
But you're projecting this ideal that we treating you like this because you're gay, but you want us to treat you like you're like everybody else.
I think that
so which side
those
do you want to be
perspectives,
on?
I think they come from people that had to grow up hiding it, or they experienced a lot of
They got
backlash for being that person, and they project that a lot.
They got the victim mentality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But they, at some point, like, you could use that shit, but for so long.
Right.
Yeah.
At some point, you know somebody ain't doing this because you gay.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said before on this podcast, that like for a certain group of people that's always claiming to be the victim, they're like the biggest bullies now. Cause you can't say shit about the LGBTQ plus community without your fucking life being threatened, literally, your career being threatened to be, and then you can't say nothing. So either you the victim or you the bully. Like,
you know what it is? I think it's from both sides of that. People are not able to have honest conversations, and when you have an honest conversation about topics, people are gonna say things that you don't agree with. There's many reporters who go out there and interview people that are racist because that is an honest conversation. How can we fix the problem if we don't have an honest conversation? You don't want to hear somebody say, yo, if somebody tried to fuck me and they was transgender, I'll fuck them up. You don't want to hear somebody say that. But when you hear them say that, that's an honest conversation. Now we know where you're at and where we can educate you. Not belittle you because you think that way. That's not a good mindset to have. But if you're not saying it, if everybody's afraid to say it, then everybody's
not being genuine.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, I feel like we need to, I enjoy it when people tell me these things, like what their issue is with that community, because in my school, I have to be a peer educator. I have to know what people are thinking to be able to, like,
accommodate to
be able to educate people where they need it. But it can't be like, yo, you're a bad person because you think that. Nah, I have to sit there and think, for a heterosexual male who identifies as cis.
I was about to say that. You gotta
like,
put yourself in that shoes. You have your masculinity, you know, and when that is tested, and not even when it's tested, but when you are fooled and you feel you are fooled, and now it's tested, there could be things going on up here. You were deceived.
Yeah, that it's called cognitive dissonance. You feel that, and you're like, no, and now you're projecting that anger towards this person, whether you meant to or not. But those are things we have to talk about, because we're not perfect. You wouldn't want nobody. You wouldn't want nobody to deceive you any kind of way.
Right.
I wouldn't want to know. I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to know if I'm talking to a dude and he wasn't born a male. I want to know this.
Exactly.
I was gonna get to that. You're not giving people who does things like this. They're not giving that person the free will to make their decision, as far as if they want to continue with this relationship or this action or not. And that is the same thing with rape. That's how I look at it. You're not giving that person the free will. You're just taking it because you have the physical willpower.
Right, because you didn't give your consent for that kind of interaction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
And you're the same way that person is using their physical prowess to overcome and take what they want. You're using this manipulation to get the same, outcome.
Right.
Yep.
Because it's like, what if I wanted to, and people think, yo, like, because there's the counter argument where, like, people don't have to tell you that. Like, they have this, people don't have to tell you, if that's how I feel and that's who I am,
Brian.
then I don't have to tell you. Okay, you don't have to tell me, but to an extent, how long is that going to take you? Because
that's nuts.
if I want to have kids with a man who wasn't
that's
born,
the most selfish
You're not
shit
buying no tampons
I've ever heard in my life.
You can't produce breast milk. You're not, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
look, you know I'm a straight man, right?
Nah, I don't know shit.
I'm not saying you, I'm just saying, you know I'm a straight man. We're dating, and you're not gonna tell me that you were born a man? What part of your mind don't think that's wrong?
Exactly. Because one, we are dating.
Your
image is of a woman, a heterosexual woman who's clearly sitting here with a heterosexual male. So obviously, my preference is a heterosexual woman, right?
Cisgendered woman.
Huh?
Cisgendered, which is that you identify with the gender like you were assigned at birth, which is gender.
At the end of the day, just being honest.
Wait, you guys explain that.
So okay. Yeah, I get to educate. It's
I
nice.
don't know.
So
cisgender.
So for the LGBTQI plus community.
Wait,
what the fuck is that for?
Intersex.
Intersex
is when
what
you're
is that? So many.
Yes, I know. I just learned.
They might as well say A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P.
This is why I'm like devil's advocate in these situations, because I had to go through a week's training at my school to be able to be a peer educator for these things. Wow. So the I is for intersex. That just means people are born with both. And they don't determine
hermaphrodites.
That's what we called them when I was a kid.
Yes.
Yeah, so they choose which one.
Is that a derogatory term now?
I believe so.
Hermaphrodite?
Oh, you're a hermaphrodite!
When I was a kid, we used to say that shit all the time, bro.
They always with these new terms. Damn,
I guess
it's a technical term.
It's a medical term for it.
That's like saying
and then plus,
a frog is a what's the word when amphibian. And the frog, hey, I'm not an amphibian.
I'm a frog.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
But
they
hey,
always.
man, I don't use any of these words anyway. So whatever you want to be called,
Okay.
I probably won't ever use it.
So you can be. So you're a cisgendered male, right? Like, so you identify as cis. We are cis people.
What does that mean?
It just means that you identify with your biological makeup. You're a man.
My penis makes me a man.
Yes, my vagina makes me a woman. I feel like a woman. And then when you're talking about heterosexuality, means that you are attracted to the opposite sex. Mm. So sexuality and gender identification are two different things. So I can identify, I can have a vagina, I can look like a girl right now, and I can identify as a man. And no, that's just the freedom that comes with just gender fluidity. So people can do that, and I can still be attracted to men. I can identify as a man, but I can still be attracted to men. So and when you look at it from the outside, it just looks like I'm still straight. But, you know, like, I am heterosexual. Or I can be a lesbian, or I can be bisexual. I can be pansexual, which means that I'm attracted to people.
Pots and pans?
I know, I thought the same thing. Pansexual is just you're attracted.
It's personalities, right?
No, it's just gender.
That's sapiosexual, right? Personalities.
Sapiosexual is intellect.
Yeah,
like people.
But that's just that doesn't
pan
even
is
really
like
to this.
They be lying.
Pansexual means that I don't care if you're transgender. I don't care if you're male, female.
If I like
you, they like anything.
If
you're
like
a pan,
if we vibe,
you cook with
a dog, a cat.
No,
as long as you're a living organism, I want to have sex with you.
What's that robot in Russia? What's her name? She got Instagram and shit.
I don't know. I forgot. I don't know. You told me about her.
If you're a pansexual and you like the way she looks, you might.
You can be gender fluid.
So
that means that you don't identify with one gender or two. Like
it could be three. You could be
part
alien.
What's the third gender?
Listen, I don't know. It could be anything. You're gender fluid. I'm just kidding. Honestly, it just means that you. It means that you vary between your male and like masculine and feminine. You fluctuate. Some days you feel
Some days I want to be Abdalla. Other days I want to be.
Not necessarily that much of a jump.
No, never.
Because that's like more of a
personality I always want to
disorder.
Be Abdalla.
That's like a personality disorder, but like some days I feel more feminine, some days I feel more masculine.
Who, you?
Like, no, I'm just saying as an example.
The person. Okay. So that makes sense.
Son, as long as you're being honest
and then
you love what you love, that's great.
Gave us a whole lecture. Shout out
that's
to
great.
Thank you.
Word, you told some shit.
And then there's the pronouns that we're all learning now.
Right.
Which is important.
I won't ever use it though, because there's not
so
common.
This is all part of the DSM-5 or whatever, or this is the DSM-5 is something totally different.
DSM-5 is to categorize
developmental.
Yeah, like mental
issues.
Yeah,
and stuff,
but
right?
So we're not applying this. People used to think this was a mental thing. The truth is that we spoke about it in the last time I was here. For people, their brains. People who are transgender, when they did observe their brains scientifically, they did notice that there was a difference there. You know?
Okay,
which is fine.
Not to cut you off, but why I asked that is because being that the new terminologies is coming out, that's why I asked. But it doesn't necessarily have to be the DSM-5, but it could be like something totally different. Whereas it will come out on like an annual or every 5-year basis, coming out with new terminologies. That's what I meant.
Probably. I know that these
I know
as
it's
of
not
recently, I don't know if it's on a hardcore book, but I do know that the community itself has developed in that way, where they're able to say like in their pronouns, like people want to be. Some people don't want to be referred to.
This year, we don't want to be.
No, they don't like you are he, him. That's your pronoun. He, him, because that's how you identify as a male. Right. Yeah. People who are gender fluid want to be called them,
she?
they.
Them.
Because it's multiple energies.
So that's who they is.
Yes. Or Z, they have different ones.
They know who they are. You know the people they're doing. That's them.
Oh.
I'm dead. Wait, what? Can you catch me up on that?
You know people be like, yo, like
the powers that be.
Yo, they always doing this. So like they always trying to hold us down. They always trying to
keep a black man down.
I don't think that's what they're talking about.
That's them. They be like,
that's
hey,
them.
Girl.
I hate you. You're joking.
Down,
I'm joking. I can't. Oh my god.
Let's touch on something.
We appreciate that, Gabae.
Right. Real talk. That's a lot of good insight. I appreciate that.
Wish me luck this semester because I gotta do this a lot.
Really?
You sound like you got it pretty much down.
You'll be good. You'll be good.
No sweat
it.
Be straight. Yo, I want to jump into what Nick Cannon said.
All right, go ahead.
Nick Cannon said he was on. I think it was on his. I think this is on his new web show. How it is called?
Cannon's Class.
Cannon's
I'm a
Class.
Fan.
I gotta watch it.
It's dope.
It's good. I've been hearing good things about it.
It's really good.
He said that black men see white women as a sign of success.
I agree.
And me too. And how he explained it was, he made a lot of sense. He got some flack for it, but he made a lot of sense. He said that, like, black men, we're so used to our dads and our granddads and our great-granddads not being able to date white women. If you look at them, you get lynched. If you date one of them, you get killed. So now that niggas got money and these rappers and basketball players, now they got money and they had access to white women. Now they want them all because my father never had the chance to even touch one of y'all. Now I get the fuck y'all.
You swallowing all
It's a big ego boost. And now it's like, we already don't give black women the respect they deserve. And we already subconsciously look at ourselves as lesser than white people. Not us, but black people in a sense, right?
Yeah.
So when these...
Especially with beauty.
Right, exactly. So when these niggas see these white women, they're like, oh, fuck. I'm used to having black girls in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm fucking these white bitches now. That's how I really made it. And that's really some niggas' mindsets. Like, I'm fucking white women now. You gotta look at me in a different light.
And to add to that as well, being
nuts.
that I'm a black man, the ones who are self-conscious about their status in society, being that I'm a black man and I want to get back at white society, I couldn't get that job, right?
Fuck y'all daughters.
I couldn't do this, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the only time I agree with
this is what I'm gonna take y'all trophy because what's their main pride and joy?
They
white
daughters.
woman.
Yep, the white woman and their daughters. Yep.
So I'm gonna take y'all woman.
Right.
I'm gonna do what I want to do, and
And I've even had them moments like I only fuck one white girl in my life, and I got head by another one. So I don't really have much experience with white girls.
A white chick. I'm too black.
It's relative. It was good for that moment, but I'm not into white girls. But I'm not gonna lie, I had the moments where I was getting hit. I'm just like, yeah, look at this white bitch sucking my nigger dick.
Oh my god.
No, like
that was
real, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my god.
I didn't have that moment. I'm just like, damn, like
should.
your great grandfather would have killed me for this shit.
Right.
Now look at you white bitch.
Girl,
talk. But then I snap out of it. But some niggas go through that trance while they dating they white wife.
Yeah.
That's real shit.
Nah, cause you married her. You're different. Like.
Yeah, they hold up on a like yo.
And you know how we say like, oh, white men they date black women as a fetish.
Yeah.
I believe it's the other way around too.
Same, yes, 100%.
They dating white girl for
the
white
extent-
pussy, pink pussy, all that other type of language. That shit come from fetishes, son.
Son, it's so messed up and like hardwired in some black guys' brains that you would see a decent looking black dude dating a fat Georgian Martha.
Yo, Tasha,
woman.
yo, shout out to Tasha.
Shout out to Tasha.
From Tasha Talks.
Tasha Talks, yeah.
A lot. She always says that. And that's a fact, son.
Like these, the Humpty Dumpty,
say that down south a
McDonald's,
lot.
Whopper eating ass. Yo, when I tell you prideful, holding their hands, strolling, swinging.
Yeah, son. And that's a big testament to like, since they see them as a like a success, they don't care what they look like because they come with that feeling. But y'all niggas look dumb.
You look like the number 10. She's the 0, you're the 1.
Yeah.
Son, that shit is crazy.
I see, you know, I'm always like the devil's advocate in ways. Like I always see both sides. So I don't want to. Not every time that I see a black man with a white
No,
we're just joking.
We're
not
saying all the time, but this mindset is a real thing.
I feel like I see it more in like celebrities, like
basketball
like
players
they make it and boom, white girl. Like
Yep.
And then they get divorced, and they take all your shmoney.
Yep.
Back to their white neighborhood.
Yep.
And you get dragged through the mud.
Yep. It's really like I feel
You're
like,
right. You're right.
I just feel bad because I'm like, dang, like I feel like as women, they probably just any woman has been through one guy that she's probably seen from when he was nothing, from when he was full of self-doubt and didn't know what he wanted to do. Damn.
And then they get money and leave it for a white girl.
I'm sorry, I just realized because I was that girl in my life.
That's why Kanye had a brain.
Yep.
Right. So I feel like I was that person
and he did the same
in my past relationships.
That's the fun. Yeah.
Yep. People see
Yo,
you
ask for a
from
white girl.
Yup.
Get down, girl.
And I honestly, that's actually been a pretty big fear of mine. Like,
What?
period. Just to
Leaving your significant other for a white guy?
No.
Oh, getting dumped.
Leaving you for
getting
white
dumped.
girl?
In a way, like I feel like anytime I see somebody become a certain level of successful,
They change.
they aim for that because, like you said, it seems like that's what
the
success
trophy.
looks like. And it's really right next to you. Like, if you ever had a woman to hold you down from when you was stuck in your couch and you didn't know what to do, you didn't know who you was going to be. But she stood there, and then you hear, like, you got to look next to you and know that you carried the trophy with you this whole way. Like,
exactly. A woman, period, is a trophy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of, but it is whack. I guess I see it, like, it makes sense to me when I look, because I have boys, and I make fun of them. I have, like, 2 boys that, honestly, like, I don't know how I hang out with y'all, like, all y'all have is white friends. Like, they black, all their friends are white.
Shout out OG.
And I'm like, dang.
Shout out Adam.
Like, they all, and I'm like, yo, and then their girlfriends be white, and I'm like, I don't know how y'all do it, but when I vibe with them, it's like our vibe, you know?
Okay.
And I'm like, how do y'all relate to these people? I don't understand where they relate, because I've met them. I'm like, I don't see the connection.
Son, I'm not gonna lie.
You ever tried the potato salad?
No.
With your girlfriend?
No. Honestly, I've never been with a white guy, and I don't want to be.
I'm saying from your boys' girlfriends. Like, they ever make potato salad?
Listen, they don't even cook. Listen, my boy, he already know I'm gonna shout him out. My boy, I do his hair. So I twist his hair and I relock his hair.
Say his name.
I don't want to do that to
him. Sally don't know how to twist it and lock?
How
do you do this?
Nah, that's the thing. She came to my house once when I was doing his hair. And I was like telling her, like, maybe it's just me. Because in the past, like, my ex, he had locks. And I always used to, like, try to, like, remind him, like, do the apple cider treatment, like, be on top of him. So she's right next to me, and every time he comes somehow I have an issue with him because I'm like, you don't take care of them while I'm not doing your hair, you don't take care of them. All this free time, you don't take care of your hair. So when you come here, I gotta do the most because you're not maintaining anything.
Right.
And it's like he's always wants me to wash it. He's like, can you wash it, please? I just like the way you wash it.
Sally,
and I'm like, yo, you need to do this for yourself. And I'm like, why you don't see your girlfriend to do it? And he's like, nah. So when she came, I seen her and I was like,
she's white.
She's white. So I was like. But I told her, I was honest. I was like, listen, his hair, I don't know how much you know about his hair. His hair requires a certain level of maintenance for it to be neat and for it to be clean.
Yeah.
And so somebody need to do it. I'm not going to tell you to do it. I just need you to know somebody needs to do it because I cannot keep doing it. This is not part of the fee. Like, I don't understand. So she went, she saw me do everything. She saw me do the treatment, and she was just like, her head was like, oh my God. And I'm like, I'm going to show you why you need to do this. Yo, I cleaned his hair, and the level of dirt that came out of that boy's head because he's not doing these treatments. Like, my tub was like black. And she was disgusted. She's just staring there. And I'm like, but this is why. She's not. And she was like, that's why I've been breaking out. Because he be sleeping on my pillows, and his head be that. And I'm like, yo, pero listen, you have to. Somebody need to do this. Who gonna do it, bro?
First of all, why is he not doing it? You're a grown ass man.
I be telling him, bro. That's why I want to say his name. I be telling him, like, bro, you
say his name.
He's some dirty nigga. You need to wash your hair, Jamal.
Word.
But sometimes, you know what it is? Sometimes he's also really young. He's like way younger than me.
What's that
you
mean?
Need to wash his hair.
Bro, if you got dreads.
Some people don't grow up that way.
Bro, it come with you wanted dreads. It come with that. Like when I had braids, it was a hassle, but nigga, I spent an hour in the shower fucking lathering my scalp. You gotta do it.
Well, you
gotta do it. You
gotta do it. You gotta do it.
But see, I was telling him that I was like, Ruben, this part I don't understand, cause you know.
She said it.
You know, damn.
Okay.
And we ain't cutting it off.
No.
Shout out Ruben. Shout out Ruben.
No, I feel bad. But I was telling him, I was like, I don't understand how you could be with somebody. Like, see, I'm not gonna just say a black woman, but a woman of color who knows these things.
Exactly.
Is not gonna allow you to do this. She would be like,
I ain't going front though. I ain't going front. I'm gonna say this. My dad, he got dreads, and he said the best. Like he went to, he been to numerous salons, but he said the person who best like took care of his dreads is a white woman in the city. Coon. You're bugging. It's a white woman in the city, and she got her own salon. She got long dreads herself, and she knows how to.
Well, she has salon.
Anything you put your mind to, you
typical.
can do. If you're serious about your man or your woman,
you're
gonna learn how to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's really how I learned how to do
needs
this
to be done. Exactly. See that?
Yeah, he wasn't even my man. I was just always with him, and like we were dating. But like I remember,
you went in on Google. Oh, how do you?
No, he wanted to do his hair so bad, but he didn't trust nobody, and I was like, I love you that much, I'm gonna do it for you. I don't know how to do it though, so I really played around with it first, and then I caught the hang of it, and I learned, and then I was able to do it from there, and I was able to make money.
Yeah,
it's a nice side hustle.
Yeah. See, what I was gonna say about like about the black people that all they have is white friends. I'm not gonna lie, just me being honest. I have a couple friends that's like this. I look at y'all niggas different, man. Yep. It's very telling to me that it's not even a black thing.
It's a culture thing.
Anyone who has more friends out of what they are is very telling to me.
Yeah. It's
if you're Hispanic and all you have is black friends, it's very telling. If you're Hispanic and all you have is white friends, if you're white and all your friends are black, it's very telling to me.
If you're white and all your friends are black, I'm gonna assume that at some
you're
point,
the feds.
At some point, y'all like something keeps y'all together, bro. Whether it's your open-mindedness. But
then it's different with black people because like usually, not even usually, we're the ones that set the trends. We the ones that got the source. Yeah. We're the originators of basically everything. Music, dance, arts, math, science. So it's like when you're black and all you have is white friends who historically are like our parasites of our culture, it's very telling to me like, why you only hang with white people?
Keep a good balance.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then certain things you can't relate with them because they whitewashing it. I don't know.
You can't talk about Trayvon Martin case. You gotta edit this shit.
I don't know.
I noticed that happen.
It's very telling.
I noticed that happened to black people who maybe weren't accepted by the black community. Sometimes they tend to
outcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you into gothic shit, and
I swear to God,
saying? Like, you wear black fingernails, we don't like that shit, nigga. Nah.
Listen.
If you into killing your parents and shit,
you into punk rap and rock, screaming rock, and all this other wild shit. Like, I get it. We ain't gonna mess with you. That's not our shit. It is what it is. That's not our shit. Yeah. So who's the closest motherfuckers who gonna accept you? White people. I get it.
Barely.
But if you like OG, he's still black. He West Indian, but all his friends are white. It's very telling. Yeah. But
it just makes you curious, like what?
Yeah.
But it's always like not okay to ask them like, wow, your friend's white.
It's
you
can
never.
We don't. There's no bars.
Right.
It got to a point we even told OG, we was like, yo, if you want to hang out with these white niggas, like by all means, you could delete our numbers. You don't have to talk to us. We understand.
Yeah.
Like that's like when we say it's okay, and this is. Yeah. To be quite honest, out of all the mutual friends me and Dominique got, OG's the closest one between us.
Right.
Like, it's like a tripod. You know what I'm saying?
Cute.
Now, it's not that cute.
Now, if we was to say, a two-legged chair now.
Now, if we was to, taking into, consideration what I just said, in terms of, like, yo, we cool with you, like, not talking to us and just mess with these dudes since you know what I'm saying? It's reasons why we said this. We're not just saying it because there's white people.
Right.
But
and those that know us, nobody really knows.
If we get to that extent of saying that, which wasn't out of anger, that's just to show, like, when we say we have no problem cutting people off, we really legit have no problem cutting niggas off.
Like,
it could also be the same thing, like how men feel like women, like white women are a sign of success. Maybe some black people feel that way when
their
white
friends are like success.
Because they're like, wow, I'm accepted, like.
Right.
I made it.
That's
there.
what I'm.
And then you kind of don't want to be around your own kind because it's like I just made it out of that bracket, you know.
I'm so glad you said that.
But see, when you change your vernacular to an extent and the way you speak, by all means, I understand that you have to adapt based on your environment and social circles or whatever. But when you change that shit and you're doing it in a way whereas if I don't do this, then I may not be accepted, then it's a problem because once again, going back to what we agreed on earlier, you're not being genuine to yourself.
Right.
Don't speak like that with them, and then when you come around us, you're using your accent or you're using certain words and shit. Like, be like this throughout, like regardless. Of course, in the business aspect, we have to be different.
Right.
I would never take
you
fucking
be
money.
But if it's just like your
professional
friends,
don't mean
Exactly.
acting.
When you with friends is you. Like,
yeah.
I want to be your friend for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I am interested in your characteristics and your content.
That was a
your
good
character.
point you made about, cause I'm pretty sure a lot of black people like see it that way. They mindset that when they have white friends and they feel accepted, it's like hanging out with your black friends is like ain't shit. But to hang around white people is like, wow, I'm really, wow, like I'm in the
I think
house.
I know
I'm
my
not in
friends
the
doing
field
that
no
shit.
more.
I
I'm
think
not
I know
in
my.
the
I don't
field
think my
no
friends be thinking that way
more.
because they way too cool. But I think I know why the fuck they be chilling with so many white people. Why every time I hear them on the phone with their white friends, they talking about, oh yeah, we have to go to some dinner. That's right, she's having a dinner. It be free food all the time. That's probably what it is, bro. They always at some dinner.
Different
They
cases.
always at some
Yeah,
function
it's
that's
different.
paid for.
Yeah.
And plus, get out of jail free cards. They help you out with certain
If you in a
things.
car, let him talk to the cop. let Michael talk to the cop. We're gonna be getting home safe. We're gonna
Right.
be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I'm just not even conforming, but yeah.
Yeah. I just can't really fuck with people that I can't relate to on my struggles.
That's a fact.
Like if I can't talk, like
That's a big fact.
like if I talk to white people about my problems, I feel like I'm giving you the show you wanted to see, so I can't talk about it. You know, like anything that I face is like you're gonna hear it, and you're gonna be like, wow, statistically, shit, she matches, bro. Wow.
Right.
The
That's a good.
And I
Chappelle show was correct.
Right, like.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not. Like anytime I speak to them, it's like surface. It's like we're not gonna talk about nothing bad or sad or.
So, what we got next? I know.
I'm done.
Done. I want to touch on
I'm
one.
gonna touch on the guy next week.
I bet I got one more I want to touch on. 21 Savage got detained, and he got detained at the Super Bowl party. He got detained somewhere
By ICE.
And apparently they saying that he's outstayed his visa from 2006. He's really from the UK. They saying his whole persona is fake, and you know the social media runs with it, right?
Yeah.
But like guys from his team saying that he went to elementary school with them in Atlanta. They saying he came here at 14, and then he just act like he's in a gang.
I heard 13, but yeah, teenagers.
But folks online, they don't do they fucking due diligence. Because everybody's saying, oh, look at this rapper, he's being fake, you know, whatever. Look, he has an accent. He should have an accent on things. Not knowing that he's from an island called Dominica, right?
Dominica.
Yeah.
It's a Caribbean. It's
Dominica.
a Caribbean. It's a Caribbean island.
Yeah, Dominica, right? And it's like it's under like UK's jurisdiction or whatever. Like it's a British.
It was a
British
British territory.
Right.
Territory.
And that's why they saying he's from the UK, but he's not really from.
Yeah, he's from the
UK.
Caribbean. It's like OG.
He's
or
from
me.
the Caribbean,
Yeah.
right? But nobody knows the nuance in that. They just run with the headline.
Yeah.
And everybody's saying, look at 21 Savage. He's been lying to us all these years. He's a fucking fraud. So what your thoughts on that?
Well, first and foremost, I'd say they basically came out with this bullshit to disparage his character.
Yep.
Because if you pay attention, like, he clearly raps different now. He still rap about the, that street Atlanta shit, but he's more
on
conscious
some
now.
He's been speaking.
He's been speaking on immigration and
he's way
prison
more
reform,
conscious
a lot
now.
of shit.
He took off all them jewelries. Like
It's very convenient timing.
And last year he was talking about, remember all the backlash he got when he said from now on I don't want to rap about he don't want to rap about like shooting and killing and pointless violence.
Right.
He want to rap about like ownership and black people using their binds better and shit like that. Somebody gave him a backlash. I don't know if it's DJ Academics. It was somebody. I think it was DJ Academics because Nipsey was like, yo, niggas like speaking a certain way like that, like, yo, you deserve to get spanked. And then people misinterpret what Nipsey Hussle said, saying like, oh, y'all should jump Academics because he's saying. But yeah, I believe it was DJ Academics. But I salute 21 with his growth. I love the new album. I was bumping it up to this morning. like 5 something in the morning. I see that this is mainly the reason. They're using him as a scapegoat for whatever agenda they're trying to push or, coattail right now.
I think the bigger message in that was, now that we have jumped so hard on people south of the border, we coming for everybody. I feel like that was really what they let us know.
With the whole immigration?
Yeah, with ICE taking him. Because if you look at it, anytime we speak immigration, everybody has the thought of anybody south of the border. Mexicans, Salvadorians, anybody south. When you hear immigration, that's what you think of.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of immigrants in this country.
Illegal immigrants.
Yeah, they're from
all
different
from
islands.
the UK.
From islands.
Russia.
Yeah.
So I feel like what they're trying to say is, we was going after the Mexicans and we trying to build this wall, but nobody's safe around here.
Exactly.
Like, you was talking hot shit, and you gotta pack it up.
Plus, it's 2019 election season, so we're going to show you how serious we are with the immigration policies. But who's, like you said, the main culprits? Black and brown people. And I'm glad you brought up the whole Mexican border and shit. A lot of people don't even know this. They're also pushing to build a wall between the northern United States and Canada.
I mean, that's for Canada's safety, honestly, because
that's
they
what
don't
people think. But a wall, in addition to keeping people out, it also contains people. So you building a wall at the south of the border and the north of the border of the country, and on the east and west it's oceans. There's no escape. And with all these FEMA camps and Walmarts and shit's closing down.
Damn, I'm scared.
I'm not trying to get you scared, but I'm just telling people. I just say certain things to have people explore and, think outside the box.
Right.
Never think one track. That's how they want you to think.
Yeah.
But when I found out that whole northern border war, why are they not really talking about that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why is that on like a hush-hush in a sense?
Right.
Yeah.
I was watching Shameless last night, and there was an episode, and it relates to this, where Frank Gallagher he always trying to make a quick hustle. I don't know if y'all watch the show, but he's always trying to make, he's not horrible. Yeah, he's horrible, but he was trying to make quick money, so he was taking off campaign signs for one, and then going to the other one and selling them, and then putting theirs back. Like, he was hustling them. And one of the campaigns was a Mexican guy, and he was standing up for like Hispanics and like the LGBTQI, and then the other one was a black woman running, so she was standing for the black community. So he saw, this is what he did. He started observing that these two communities were against each other. He is a white man, and he said, man, listen, ain't nobody standing up for the white man. So he went and got somebody, Mo White, in the show. So their slogan was Mo White, Mo Better, right? So it's supposed to be comical, like the show. So he starts organizing with them, and he's like, yo, they're looking out for what they want, but nobody's looking out for us. And I thought it was crazy, because all in that, I was like, yo, these two groups are conspiring against each other in a campaign. And there's the white man right behind him, like, but we got some other shit, because y'all fighting. And I was thinking, like, yo, they would have won that if it wasn't because they're against each other. So I feel like that's what I take from 21.
America.
That's America.
That's America in a fucking.
So when 21 is. So now you see 21 getting taken by ICE. Now we're going to start to see how these immigration laws start affecting black people in America.
Yeah.
And I feel like, honestly, it's a bad thing that it's happening, but it's a good thing, because now those two are going to be able to see, yo, this shit is real.
Yeah.
The same struggles that people from Mexico are facing.
Yeah.
Like, now we get to see one of our folks.
Exactly.
Going through
And
it.
you're going
to
yeah.
I heard that he's like in the hold for like 23 hours of the day, no TV, no calls.
And what
nothing.
adds,
like,
what adds to what I said earlier too is like, how long has 21 Savage been out?
Right.
Pretty sure he got more.
They
had way. He
pretty sure he got more than $1 million in the bank.
Yeah.
You telling me none of this shit was ringing off on ISIS checklist?
Exactly. He's
gotten
charged with shit in recent years.
He had all these charges.
Since 2006, his visa been expired, or
now when he changed the content of his raps,
his lyrics,
and becoming more conscious and
the timing is
beneficial for the community.
He is a black man, and he was shedding light on immigration, which was a topic that didn't even necessarily affect him like directly.
Personally,
Right.
exactly.
And he started doing that. And when the government saw if black people and Hispanics in America was to unify,
That's
it's a
what
problem.
It,
Fucking
that's
over.
And he did that. When he did that, I was like, thank you, God, because I've been talking about this for so long.
And the funny
They had to
thing,
snatch him.
the funny thing is, there's no difference between us, to be quite honest.
Right. Except for the language.
Spanish people were black people. It's just that they were colonized. That group of black people were colonized by the Spaniards of Europe.
Right.
And the black people were colonized by the English of Europe.
Right.
And their pigmentation became light skin because of the raping and merging, and they, continued procreating amongst themselves. Same thing with us. They adapted a language that is not indigenous to their land. We adopt, same thing with us. And now we're in a country and we're told one group is better than the next because of skin tone and hair texture and language. And we're all biting the fucking bullet. And like the show, the episode of Shameless you just described, we're too busy fighting each other while the white man is pushing his MAGA because we're not paying attention to him.
Right.
Dickheads.
Exactly.
Right.
That's exactly what's
That
happening.
episode,
And I feel like the thing that stops us from connecting the most is the language barrier.
Yeah.
Because if I ever speak to my parents about my mom, she stresses like in Nicaragua right now. There's so much going on. Like the government's completely shut down. People are dying. The government is shooting people. It's bad. And then she's stressing, right? And she's going through so much. And she's crying about it. And when I remember I used to come home and see things happen in my community. And I used to sit there and be upset. Like I used to be mad. And I used to tell my mom. And she used to be like, I don't understand why you're so affected by this. And I would tell her, because this is where I was born. Like, I wasn't born in Nicaragua. Yeah. When she sees that, she's so affected
in
because
her hometown. Yeah.
Right. So I told her, I was like, everything that's happening in Nicaragua, Mom, we have faced here. But you don't know because you're from another country. And you can't speak. Yeah. She can't go down the block and speak to people who speak English. Mm-hmm. So they can tell her their story. Yeah. There's a language barrier. But I feel like the next generations, because we're bilingual, and now we're raised in New York City, we're raised in Atlanta. Like we can now bridge that, and I think 21 started doing that, and that shit set off.
Yeah, Trump, this is why the government hates. This is why the government, they're the main enemy. Their main group of people that they keep their eyes on is the youth. Because the youth has the power to change everything.
And if you look at the
white
youth now,
black youth, all of that.
If you look at the youth now, they're mixed.
Exactly.
A lot of them have a black parent and a Hispanic parent.
Right. Yeah.
So them growing up, they're gonna know all the ropes and they're gonna start acting different.
And we waking the fuck up. We're not as dumb as our parents.
Exactly. Or passive.
We're not conforming as much. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
It's just up to the parents
down to the corporations
to instill the proper education.
Right.
In those youths and not raise them to be coons like Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah, but I truly feel like if we started talking, like if people on BET started talking about the kind of things that are happening for people of color in general, right? It will be a little different. Like
a white man owns BET. So.
Right, Viacom.
Well, it has, and I was thinking of that.
I get what you're saying though. I agree.
I was thinking of. Damn, will black people ever be able to own a news channel?
I believe, yeah.
I feel like, what about black news? What about news that's happening in our community? Like,
there's a couple things owned by black, but they're not. I mean, Revolt TV.
They're filtered. I feel like news is filtered so much.
Diddy.
Yeah.
The old network by Oprah.
But news, I'm talking about like a CNN news channel.
I mean, they could just put a news.
I feel like you need so much clearance to get it.
Like 1 to 5. News.
All black people would need to do is create, because if they create a news channel,
the internet.
If we create a news channel, we still gotta get on these, carriers, the box as far as DirecTV, Cablevision. Mm-hmm. Right. All you gotta do is create our own shit, our own black television box. Right. And then create our black television news.
Soulja Boy need to get on.
That's all we gotta do.
Right, Soulja Boy.
Son, if I was a celebrity and I was like a prominent, by the way, shout out to Diddy. I like the way Diddy been talking recently.
Right.
Like, make that change. You know what I'm saying?
I fuck with Diddy.
If I was a celebrity, I would, and I was cool with a lot of celebrities, I would be like, yo, this is what I'm doing.
Let's put our money together and our forces together.
If you're not rocking with me, if you're not trying to do this with me, if you're just trying to go to the strip club and buy cars with me and jewelry, I don't want to be your friend. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm on this right now.
I don't want to do business.
If you don't, I'm not gonna talk to you. I'll delete your number. I'm good. Like, see you at events. I'm not talking to you. If you're not on this, because if you're not on this, you're not on this. You're not on the side of our people.
Yeah.
You're not on the side of progression. You cool being masses like,
right.
Oh, shoot that ball.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, jump over that. Yeah, like, keep getting in that boxing ring.
The dancing monkey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Keep entertaining me and staying in your place while you're entertaining me.
Another thing I noticed too, I feel like we have to accept the diversity within ourselves because we expect the white man to accept us so much. And if you notice in our community, like, I don't know, like there's always gonna be that Hispanic and black people feel differently for each other, and then when they mix, there's always like.
So we definitely gotta stop that shit. I got mad
really
Hispanic friends, and we mesh well. But it's a big divide, son.
It's a big
divide.
Like we don't like
if
certain families mix. Like it's not even just because everybody knows. Sometime, most of the time, Hispanics. You bring a black guy to the house, they be like, "Come on, like you're not doing this, right?"
See, I ain't gonna lie, but that be y'all though.
Nah,
because you bring a Spanish girl to the crib, everybody be cool, like.
Not all the time. I'm sorry. I've not experienced that every single time.
With guy?
What?
The guy you're dating?
No, Jace's family was
black parents seem very open and welcoming.
Is he black?
Yeah, he's black. Jason is black.
They were like.
So what's your experience?
I mean, he told me initially, he was like, my sister's not gonna like you because he's Spanish, and I said, I mean.
But you look black.
Bueno. But listen,
yeah, you look like
I'm light skinned, so it's like he was like.
I mean, technically you are black, but I'm saying like to the dumb black people.
To her, no, I speak Spanish. I'm Spanish. Period. That was to her, and then his other sister was like, whatever. Like it wasn't. They always wanted to see him with a black girl.
That stems from different shit though. That like it stems from like black women feel like black men don't give them as much respect and love. And we go to other races of women, so that's where the animosity towards y'all come in. Yeah. But then Hispanics, y'all be on some racist shit.
Yeah,
like,
y'all be on some.
Not saying like but like
I see it.
Y'all be on some like real racist shit. Like we be on some like why you don't love us? But then y'all be on some like that's a nigga.
No.
Why you dating a nigga?
But this goes back to what I told you in these countries. If you had a child that was darker, that assured you that your child was going to have a hard life. Yeah. So therefore, our parents...
They want to save them from the hardships.
They still in that mentality because that's where they came from. To them, it's like, yo, if my daughter has a kid with this person, that child's going to have a hard life. And now they're becoming conscious of America. They're like, hard life. Mm-hmm. They might get shot outside. Like, just that different shade might save their life. Like, they start thinking differently. And they already have these biases from when they grew up.
Yeah, I understand.
It's a bridge we gotta build, and it's a lot of healing.
You know where it all started from? Slavery.
Yep.
The light-skinned child got in the house and were treated better. The dark-skinned child had to work in the field and got beaten, and his back was torn up. The light-skinned child, his back wasn't torn up. Yeah. So, and another thing that stemmed from slavery was even with the like talking about your children in terms of like mental capacity, intellect in a sense, like if you at a parent teacher conference, Dominique does really well in school or whatever, in terms of academics, and then another parent will hear over here, oh, your son is so well, oh girl, yeah, he good in school, but at home I be having to whoop his ass because he this, he that, you know what I'm saying? That's also from slavery. And when the mother had young black males on the plantation and the master came or the owner came, oh, how is Dominique? Oh, she don't want to tell him, oh, he's really good, he's strong, he's fit, all of this, because now you're a buck. Now you can be sold for a high demand. Right. So what's she gonna say? Oh, he's decent. He's not all of that.
She gonna downplay his accomplishments.
Downplay. You see what I'm saying? Make the daughter come off as more intellectually adequate and capable, but the son, he could be physically fit but intellectually inadequate. And shout out to Hidden Colors 3, one of the sisters, she was spitting hot fire. She broke that down. Yeah. So I don't want to say it like it's I'm the one that made that correlation, even though it make a lot of sense, but she was the one that broke that down.
Wow.
Yeah, no, this shit runs deep, man. it's a lot of shit that trickled down that we don't know is from our past. And like from emotions and like tendencies, all that shit go through our DNA and trickle down to our kids.
It gets embedded.
No, we don't even really know why we act this way or why our parents do this. That shit is from great grandparents.
Exactly. You know and that's another thing too with the whole embedded in the DNA stuff. Like, oh, Dominique, he walked just like his dad. He bite his lip just like his dad. He sing just like his dad. If he could do all these characteristics and mannerisms like his dad, why the hell he can't? Why the hell isn't traumatic events also embedded in him based on what his dad experienced?
Right. Yo, y'all know Tammy Rivera is Nicaraguan, right?
Who's Tammy Rivera?
Tammy Rivera.
She's
Waka Flocka.
Yo,
she's Nicaraguan, and she was talking about how her mom is black. You see how light she came out? And then she was telling her like when she was young, she was like, no matter how light you is, don't ever think you better than nobody. And she lived that. And then as she got through life, she was explaining this. She was like, I know that for a fact. I've gotten more opportunities because I've passed for lighter. I know that, and like she acknowledged it, but she said she never enjoyed it. It was never something that if she felt like somebody favored her for that reason, she would accept. But she did see where the opportunities would come in.
Yeah.
And I thought it was because I really looked on her Instagram, and then she had the Nicaraguan flag, and I was like,
he was mad hype.
I was like,
finally somebody.
I was like, somebody Nicaraguan, bro. That's crazy. You see a whole family, everybody's black, and I was like, what I said.
Nah, I definitely could relate to that, cause like I've had conversations with like my boys and like my boys who's darker, and they make not you, but like they make jokes like, oh of course, cause you light skinned, the girls gonna like this. I'll be like, bro, it's like.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me feel good that I get those type of responses or like my dad is darker than him, and I know that when I'm out and about, I'm a smaller frame guy, I'm light skinned. I know if I wear a hoodie, I'm not gonna be looked up as dangerous because I'm fair skinned. But if my dad does it and he darker, he's going. That shit don't make me feel good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It make me feel good that me and him walk down the same street. He turned the corner. He may get pulled over because he darker than me. That shit don't make me feel good, and I deal with that on a mental basis all the time. Yeah. But that's just the country we live in. You know what I'm saying? And I be having to tell niggas like, nah, son, like, just because I'm light skinned don't mean that like when they make jokes like, oh, you get this because you light skinned. I know it's a joke, but I feel like subconsciously niggas be believing that shit.
Yeah,
I be having to tell niggas like, nah, boy, like you fire too, nigga. Like bitches be on
mainly
you too.
with girls that they would say that. Yeah.
I'm like, I never like that shit. Like a girl be like, no lie, I've had girls be like, oh, I like light skinned guys, and that shit turned me off. Like you only like light skinned guys. Yeah. Right. So if I was dark skinned, I wouldn't have got your number. Yeah. You would dub, swipe, delete, nigga. Yeah. Like.
And now every light skinned nigga I see you with, you potentially talk to or is interested in.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
especially if you my age. Like when I was younger, I wasn't into dark skinned girls. I used to shit on them. I'm be honest. I wasn't into black women.
It was a different time. It was a different time.
Yeah, but like I wasn't in the right mindset. I wasn't who I am today. So if you're a full adult, like. You between 21, 25, and you still got that mindset. Is like you got a lot of growing to do, son.
Yeah. Honestly, I caught a whole different perspective from getting braids for the first time. Yo, I really sat there. I got these braids. I couldn't move my neck. I sat there, and then I really thought about it. I was like, this is a protective hairstyle for people who have like different textured hair, and for those people, it's a protective hairstyle. But some people do other things, like they get weaves because. It enhances their beauty to them, or society makes them feel that way. And that shit really saddened me. Like, I really sat in my couch and I was like, what if I had to do this for the rest of my life to validate myself, or to think I was beautiful because the world made me think I wasn't? Like, that shit really sunk. And I was just there like, nah, bro, I really hope no woman in my life feels that way. I can't allow women to feel that way around me. Yeah. Like, you should be able to wear your natural hair. That's why I told my sister. You should be able to wear your natural hair. You should not be able to endure that much pain because you feel like your hair is not beautiful.
Yo, I got my hair braided. It wasn't even that.
It was long braids. It was long box braids, but it was synthetic hair, so it was heavy and it was tight. And I realized, like, yo,
hurt, bro.
It be looking nice, but women be going.
It looked fire. It looked fire.
And my shit was thick braids and it was forward. And I used to be in Teray chair like. So I can't even imagine getting a whole fucking 1,000 fucking braids.
Yeah.
They small. And the
And
fucking, you can see the scalp being pulled. I can't even imagine. Y'all go through some shit, bro.
Nah, and then like I see like when people wear like when they wear weaves, I be mad because it be women that I really be like, yo, your hair is perfectly fine, bro. Like if you just let that thing run, but so it's society. It really is society.
Yeah.
And I don't like. I personally do not like when black men come up to me and they do extra because I'm light skinned or because my hair is nice. I don't like it because bro, listen, it's just different. Stop glorifying something because it's different.
They put a higher value in it.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I can't with people.
But son, I was like that when I was younger, son. Like looking back at now, I'm like, I was really lost.
And honestly, there was a time where like black boys even like Spanish girls who was hit, like just like they do with white women now. Hit. Like shorty was hit, but you was just fucking Spanish.
Yeah, I never got to that point where like if they was ugly, I'm like, well, she's Spanish.
Like don't do that. Don't do that.
Like nigga, she ugly.
It don't matter. It don't matter since it's hit. Like it don't matter. That's crazy. But nah, I really got it.
This is a really good episode.
Yeah, I like this episode.
Fact of the week.
Right, yeah, fact of the week. Yeah.
Alright, this one is pretty. Alright, so it's called the National Defense Authorization Act, aka the Indefinite Detention Bill, aka S-1867. Oh, no. Disregard that. That's going to be for next week. I'm sorry. I was reading something totally different. This is called, and it's in New York, right? Mm-hmm. It's called the Paid Detail Unit. It was passed in 1998 by Rudy Giuliani while he was mayor. So what the Paid Detail Unit basically does is it allows private corporations to hire uniformed police officers to provide private security services for them. These private corporations are, for example, Goldman Sachs, the World Financial Centers, the New York Stock Exchange. Literally, cops are their private security. So, in addition to the private security, it also allows the private corporations to use NYPD's intelligence division to spy on all of Lower Manhattan. Like them cameras that be on the street corners, they can. These New York Stock Exchange, Goldman Sachs, like these companies can tap into it and get any access they want. Any database, they can use face scan, identification, pull your social security, all of that. If any lawsuit was to arise out of the security service, the taxpayer is liable. So now, for those who may be listening and really don't really understand what I just said. Now, we all know taxpayers are the ones who fund the NYPD. We pay y'all. We pay y'all. Without us, y'all wouldn't be in existence.
Oh, I think I know where it's going. Okay.
Mm-hmm. If I'm a taxpayer, right? You're a cop. Gabae is let's say she worked for Goldman Sachs. She hired you to be her private security for the day. Mm-hmm. While walking or whatever, somebody who lost how much ever is upset with her. They know who she is upset because they lost all their money in the stock exchange or whatever, right? They approach her, whatever, but you try to detain the person, like, please, sir, calm down, whatever. Let's say that man get injured. Gabae is not liable. I am liable for you injuring that person. So now I have to pay whatever compensation they win in a court hearing. So not only am I paying for your check and the existence of your police department, your organization. Now, if you guys do something that cause that person to sue whoever,
we have to pay more.
I, the taxpayer, now have to, in addition to paying your check, pay for this man. Now taxes raised.
Yeah, so if he sues, the money he gets is not from him,
the
it's
taxpayer.
from us.
That's like you punching him and now I gotta jump you. And I had nothing to do with this. I'm the taxpayer.
That shit is crazy.
Pay detail unit.
That shit is crazy. And you know what's even more crazy? That taxes is that we're not even really supposed to pay taxes.
We're not even supposed to pay income taxes to the IRS.
Them niggas is putting extra.
Illegal.
Them niggas putting
It's
rules
not
on
in the
top of
Constitution
shit.
for us to pay that.
But we don't.
And
pay
the
we
woman
going
who
to
put
fuck-
it out, Sherry Jackson,
That shit
shout out
is
to her.
Crazy.
She was put in federal penitentiary. She was locked up for saying that, for telling that truth,
exposing that.
exposing it. Yeah,
They put.
she said she
What's
studied
charges?
It. I don't know.
Conspiring against the government.
I don't know.
Yeah, word. I wouldn't know those charges.
Well, according to remember a while back, like 10 episodes back. What is it? Damn, it was a law back in like 33 or some shit. New York's, U.S.
I know
citizens
you're talking about.
are enemy combatants.
Yeah.
You sounded mad.
Trading with the Enemy Act.
Who?
We
I don't know what you're talking
since
about.
that year we've been classified as enemy combatants towards the government. But yeah, that's all, folks.
That shit is crazy. But
I agree.
thanks for coming back again, man. This is a really
Thanks for
good
having me.
episode.
Appreciate the visit.
Thank you guys. It's always good to be around.
We
For
appreciate
sure.
the knowledge that you
Right.
dropped on us.
You dropped
I
some
didn't know
gems.
a lot of stuff that you was
Thanks.
talking about.
A lot of folks
Listen.
gonna appreciate your perspective on
You
this.
think so?
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
it can be good or bad sometimes, but I don't want to ever filter anything. Like I feel like
Nah, don't
Nah, I
filter.
think
Fuck
they-
y'all backlash.
I think
know that.
they would, because me and Dominique, we already bring two different dynamics to the podcast, and yours was, to be quite honest, a totally different perspective
Yeah.
with knowledge and terminologies and facts to back up what you were saying.
oh,
So
I
you didn't
appreciate
just
that.
come up here yapping. So you know what I'm saying?
This feels weird, but
Giving dudes daps?
yeah,
Or
I'm not accustomed to it yet.
oh,
I'm a hugger.
okay. All right. We'll
We'll
go into
go
it
into
after
it.
the episode.
Right. But
You got anything coming up?
right.
Guys, stop pressuring me.
You know you be
She
writing
does
this
poetry.
shit.
I'm not gonna be those friends to like push you out there and rush you. But I do want to see you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not into poetry, but I will go to.
Yeah, support.
Guys.
Definitely.
And I'll be in a crowd like this.
Yeah.
Snap
You
y'all
know, I
motherfucking
wanna.
fingers.
Yeah, but you saw the first video how nobody understood what snapping fingers. Everybody was like, "Wow!" Like crazy. Like it was.
Come on, that's-
We'll show you the video. It was. I'll show
Yeah.
you.
It was at a poetry event,
Yeah.
and they didn't know about.
They're not
No,
cultured.
it was an open. It was an open mic, so it was like
They're not
it
But
was
cultured.
me.
still,
They're
you're
not
supposed
cultured.
to
They're not
snap your
cultured
finger.
out
They
there.
clap.
They're not cultured.
They don't know about artisan.
No.
What is that word that white people use all the time? Artisanal. They're
Artisanal?
not.
Artisanal?
Yeah.
I never heard that.
It's like
Never
good
heard
high
that.
quality. Like they always have words.
White people always inventing shit. Like, shut the fuck up. Damn. Invent going back to Europe. Damn. How about
Jesus.
that?
Jesus.
But thank you for
Facts.
blessing us with your presence.
Thank you
again.
guys.
Appreciate
and I
it.
will tell you when I have a show. Hopefully for the summer.
Yeah, keep us posted.
Alright.
Keep
Thanks,
posted.
guys.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so keep us posted. You know what I'm saying? So we can pull up.
Yeah.
But that's all, folks, man. Thank you guys
y'all
for
tuning
listening.
in again. We appreciate the love, the
Rate,
support.
subscribe, share with your friends. We're gonna have more. You know us. We dive into the deep shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So, see you guys next week.
Bang.
I forget.